I am not much of a boater, but I am told that if you are on a small boat out in the middle of a storm, one way to keep your balance is to fix your attention on the horizon. You pick a point off in the distance, out beyond the bouncing and threatening waves, and you fix your attention on that. That'll help you to keep your balance in the middle of the storm and help you to stay steady. Those of you who have done some yoga may have done something similar in the tree pose where you are standing on one leg. Your teacher may have encouraged you to find a point of focus, a drishti, several feet out in front of you, and to fix your attention on that rather than looking down at your feet to see how much you are wobbling. Well, the 10 Commandments, which are found in slightly different forms in Exodus chapter 20 and in Deuteronomy chapter 5, have always been one such point of steady reference for people of faith as a text that helps us to recover our sense of who we are and our sense of what we are to be about. But I've got to admit that it is only recently that I have come to appreciate just how useful the 10 Commandments are in this regard, not as a weapon to use to intimidate or control people who don't share our faith, but as a guide to help us keep our focus where it needs to be. And in our own turbulent and stormy time, the 10 Commandments can help us to find and to maintain our balance. So the 10 Commandments, which are sometimes known as the Decalogue, divide into two sections, sometimes called the two tablets of the law. One of those tablets has to do with our relationship with God. The other has to do with our relationships with our neighbors. And so right away, we can feel the balance coming back to us as we remember that balance has to do both with our social relationships and with our spiritual relationships. It's not an either-or kind of situation. So the first three commandments, Commandments 1 through 3, have to do with our relationship with God. The first commandment is the really big commandment. It's the one from which all of the others really flow, which is no other gods but the Lord. Then we get no idols, no substitutes for God, and then we get to know that there should be no misuse of God's name, that we should honor and revere the name of God. Commandments 5 through 10 have to do with our relationships with other people. Honor your father and your mother, no murdering, no adultery, no stealing, no lying, no coveting or anxiously desiring that which belongs to your neighbor. These provide a basic framework for a viable and livable and humane community. And then right in between the first and the second sections is the Sabbath commandment, the divine command to rest. Because God seems to know that if we do not unplug on a regular basis, our lives are going to get out of balance. Attend to God, attend to our neighbors, and take a day of rest every 7 days. That's the biblical path for keeping your balance. And these days, that is as important as ever. Friends, may you develop rhythms and patterns of balance in your life, and may we develop those together. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you soon.